This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, we'll tell you what's happening in our area for Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Good evening and thank you for joining us at FYI. I'm Ken Kara, and here's your local information from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and once again a somber event will take place at the Luzerne County Courthouse to remember those lost to domestic violence. The event is called An Empty Seat at the Table. Our Lisa Sugar talked with Tammy Rogers, the Education Coordinator for the Domestic Violence Service Center of Luzerne and Carbon Counties, about the event and a major milestone for the agency.
Now, the center is marking a huge anniversary, 40 years for the Service Center, which that's amazing in itself. But you told me since that center has been in existence or what, the numbers continue to climb each year, and you saw some staggering statistics in the past year.
Absolutely. In 2015, there were 146 deaths due to domestic violence in Pennsylvania. Luzerne County currently ranks number 5 since 2006. for domestic violence fatalities.
So now a special event is taking place. It's coming up on Tuesday, October 25th at noon. Tell us about this and where it's going to be held.
We're having the Empty Place at the Table ceremony at the courthouse up in Wilkes-Barre in the Rotunda. It's going to be at noon, and that is going to be all of the people that are victims of domestic violence. It's a representation of people who died. It's basically set up by family members in remembrance of the people who passed away. Now on this table we have men, we have women, we also have 2 children. One's a 2-year-old little girl and the other one is a 37-day-old baby.
That's horrific, the fact that something like this even has to be held to remember those who are lost. What advice do you have for someone? Obviously, you want to increase awareness that people should not stand for this, and if they're in a situation like this, what do they do?
Basically, what they need to do is just give our hotline a call. We're open 24/7. You're always going to get in touch with a counselor advocate. It's not an answering service. We have somebody on duty at all times. And what they can do is basically just call and find out their options, what it is that they might be able to do. If it's that they want to leave the situation or maybe they can't leave, we can talk about safety and safety planning and just finding out the different kind of services that we do provide.
How many people actually take advantage? Do you have any numbers or idea of people who take advantage of the center that actually get help?
Oh, I really don't have numbers on the actual percentage of people, but I know that on average we provide services to over 400 adults a month.
Wow.
So
that's amazing, 400 adults a month. Again, this special program taking place on Tuesday at the Rotunda in Luzerne County. Please come out for this. You want to see a nice crowd of people come out so that you can increase awareness and that people will pass the word as there is help available.
Absolutely. And the thing of it is that everybody knows somebody that is in a domestic violence situation. It might not be disclosed to them. So it could be a friend, a family member, somebody that, they work with. And so what we want to do is make sure that everybody knows that there's services out there for them.
Thank you, Lisa. In other news, a second set of charges filed against a Hazleton man have been dropped. 62-year-old William Washko was facing 11 counts of child pornography after images were found on his work computer in February. However, the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office withdrew those charges, saying that it could not prove that Washko was the actual person who downloaded the images. Washko did plead guilty to 2 charges of invasion of privacy for videotaping a coworker in a changing room. A former West Penn Township police officer pleaded guilty yesterday to making a false assault report. Just as her trial was set to begin, 42-year-old Melissa Rook of New Ringgold pleaded guilty to false reports to law enforcement. The former police sergeant originally said that she was attacked after pulling over a car on Route 309 near Tamaqua in September of 2015. Rook was sentenced to 12 months probation and will have to pay back more than $80,000 for workers' compensation that was paid and crime lab fees. Some good news for the Rails to Trails and the Eckley Miners Village. Acting Pennsylvania DEP Secretary Patrick McDonald will visit Eckley on November 4th, and he's bringing with him the money needed to connect the two local attractions. DEP is channeling federal abandoned mine lands funding to help develop a third leg of the trail that will run from Hazelbrook to Eckley. That funding will be used to match a state grant. You're invited to take part in a unique running experience. Community Services for Sight will host its first ever Glow Run this Saturday at 7 p.m. That's right, 7 p.m. for the 5K and walk. Plus, there is a 1-mile youth race at 6 p.m. Participants will receive glow sticks, and you can bring your own flashlight or lamp. Registration opens at 5 p.m. at the Pavilion at Eagle Rock Resort. Awards will be presented. Proceeds benefit the many programs of Community Services for Sight in Hazleton.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Pleased to welcome back once again Charles McElwee, who is a member of the Board of Directors for the Greater Hazleton Historical Society and Museum, always bringing us a slice of history that we may not know about that happened right here in our own backyard. And this time, talking again about the Molly Maguires, but a murder that happened in this area, the first murder involving the Molly Maguires right in our own backyard.
Right in Banks Township in Audenried in 1862. Jack Kehoe, who was a miner from County Wicklow, came to Banks Township, got in an argument with a mine foreman named Frank Langdon and murdered him, and subsequently was tried and was executed later on in 1877, and subsequently pardoned actually over 100 years later by Governor Milton Shapp in the 1970s. But it really draws attention to who were the Molly Maguires. It's always a controversial topic depending on who you speak to. But really they were, in its simplest terms, a secret society, Irish organization that committed acts of violence against mining operators to protest the conditions of the mines. Today, some people may call it a terrorist organization, but back then it was a society that addressed those issues, controversially, obviously, but they certainly leave a legacy. Now, there's no evidence that they ever existed. They never left their own evidence of the Molly Maguires' existence, but certainly a lot of literature has been written about them, and it remains a major topic of historical discussion regionally.
And of course, it was on the big screen and filmed right in this area as well.
Right, so in the late 1960s, you had Sean Connery and Richard Harris, perhaps sightings at local bars, more likely than not, and the debut of the movie, The Molly Maguires, was at the Feely Theater, which sadly was later torn down in 1980. But yes, it's a huge cultural legacy, and much remains to be learned about them. But what we do know is that it was a former protestation that really had its roots in Ulster in Northern Ireland and the Republic, and that form of protest lingered into the United States and the coal fields of northeastern Pennsylvania.
Well, we love the topics that we get into here. Charles is a wealth of information, but if you want to learn more about the area, they can always come to the Greater Hazleton Historical Society, check out the museum for themselves, and learn a lot about the history.
Right, come to the museum and you'll actually see some fascinating Molly Maguire artifacts that are housed on our 3rd floor.
All right, there you go. So stop by the museum, give them a call, check out their hours. They're on Facebook, so be sure to continue to learn more about the history of our area.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Here's our local forecast now from the National Weather Service. Tonight, rain, and it could be heavy at times. Mostly cloudy with a low around 56. We do have a 60% chance of precipitation. Hazardous weather outlook for Friday. May see more heavy rain. We'll have a high near 60. Friday night, rain likely, can be heavy at times. We'll have wind gusts up to 29 miles per hour and a low of 39 degrees. Saturday is chilly. We'll have a high of 47. We'll have a 30% chance of rain as well at night. 20% chance of showers before 9 p.m., low of 36. Sunday, mostly sunny, high of 53. Sunday night, partly cloudy, low is 41. And then on Monday, mostly sunny, high in the mid-50s. Monday night, partly cloudy, low of 35 degrees.
Well, it just wouldn't be the Halloween season without a visit to the Eckley Miners Village. And the Eckley Miners Village will be hosting their very popular Haunted Halloween Lantern Tours starting this Friday and Saturday, and then again next Friday and Saturday. Here with all the ghoulish details are Morgan Pierce, she is the Education and Volunteer Coordinator at Eckley, and Kat Rawhauser, who is an AmeriCorps volunteer and also a first-time tour guide for these haunted tours. So I'm going to start with you, Morgan. This is a really fun event that so many people look forward to each and every year.
So we're very excited to host this again this year. Our tours are going to start at 6:15, but doors open at 6, so if you want to come a little early to get in line, it is very popular, so getting in line early won't hurt. And then the last tour of each day goes out at 9 and lasts till about 10:30.
So that's a pretty lengthy tour. You're getting an hour and a half of scare.
Yes.
So this is really important for the Eckley Miners Village. It's fun, it's a great 2 weekends, but it's an important cause.
Yes, it is our big fundraiser of the year. We charge $10 for adults and $5 for children 6 to 12. And that money just goes back to our Friends Association to help support our organization.
Well, I know it is a very popular event each and every year at this time. And Kat, you're a volunteer over at Eckley, but for the first time, you're going to be getting all decked out to take people on these haunted tours. So what's that all been about?
Oh, that's been a lot of fun. There's a lot of skits and other preparation that have been going into it, so I'm really excited. And we all get to dress up differently every night, so I'm super excited about it.
Now, people can bring a lantern if they want to go through, but you guys are selling them too, right? So
Yeah.
do you recommend a lantern or not?
Well, I mean, if you've got your own lantern, that's great, but we have some really cool lanterns in a variety of colors that you can purchase on site that also go towards fundraising.
So how scared will we be? Is this something for all ages?
This is definitely something for all ages. We say ages 6 and up, mostly because under that, kids don't really get it, but 6 and over is good, and there's some mild scares, but for the most part, it's mostly about fun and having a fun time and laughs.
Have you had a lot of fun getting ready, trying to pick out costumes?
Oh yes, I've had a lot of fun picking out costumes. Today we're going with a gypsy.
Okay. So she's having a lot of fun with this. You want to see everybody come out. You really want to have a great time. It's rain or shine, but we know it's going to be shine, right?
Oh, we hope. We don't want, it to be too bright. We need the dark and the spooky, but yeah, we would like it to be dry.
So that is the Haunted Halloween Lantern Tours, backed by popular demand at the Eckley Miners Village, starting this Friday and also again on Saturday. And then next Friday and Saturday, the tours start at 6, or the doors open at 6, the tours start at 6:15. It's an hour and a half long of scary fun. You don't want to miss it, and it all benefits a great cause, the Eckley Miners Village.
FYI music is the least spooky music of all time. Here's your midday winning lottery numbers on FYI. Pick 2, 7, 9, pick 3, 4, 5, 8, pick 4, 9, 7, 8, 1, and pick 5, 6, 0, 2, 0, 5. A lot of sports coming your way. We'll be right back.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
The North Schuylkill boys and the Tamaqua girls cross-country teams won Schuylkill League titles on Wednesday. Here's our story. The scene at the Schuylkill League Cross-Country Championships is always impressive. The bright colors of the fall foliage at Tuscarora State Park can take your breath away. For the runners, it's all a blur, and the first part of the course is what takes their breath away. What is your strategy when you're running this course?
Just get through the first mile because it's all uphill, and then if you get through the first hill, then you're good. Hopefully just finish strong.
Tamaqua area's Monica Shimko did finish strong. She finished 3rd overall, and right behind her was teammate Sarah Maui. With the Lady Raiders Nicole Wasser-Laban and Kaylee Carroll grabbing 7th and 10th, that put 4 Tamaqua runners in the top 10 and helped give them their 2nd straight Schuylkill League championship. Along with enjoying the fall scenery, the fans were also enjoying the warm temperatures. Again, it was a different story for the athletes. So how was the race out there for you today?
It was hot, so it was a little rough, but you push through it, and all the hard work we've been doing pays off.
After the race, it was their time to take it all in.
I'm enjoying the moment right now, but but my focus is going to go to districts like really soon.
Shimko says the Lady Raiders didn't have the performance they wanted at the District 11 championships last year, so it's understandable that the senior is already thinking ahead. Now to the boys' race. As they hit this part of the course, it was a sea of red against the colorful leaves and the backdrop of the dark lake at Tuscarora State Park. North Schuylkill's Chris McCormick hit the finish line first in 16 minutes and 49 seconds.
Oh, I feel great. I've been wanting this since since I started running in 7th grade. So I'm glad I finally got it, and yeah, it feels good.
Finishing right behind McCormick was Spartan sophomore Sean McCabe.
Even though you've been so good so year, how did it feel when you crossed and everything? What did it feel like?
It felt amazing. I know last year I was 18th, and coming down to second, it feels great.
The next two finishers were also Spartans, Lenny Belinsky and Chris McCormick's younger brother, Matt.
How good did it feel today? I mean, how good did it feel right now? What's going through your mind right now after the race is over? What are you thinking about?
I feel absolutely awesome. You know, that was really good. I didn't think I had it in me, but that was really good for me.
When you say you were surprised, was there a moment in the course when you're like, all right, I might finish, this is looking pretty good? When did you look around and think I could do this?
Oh, when we hit the big downhill at like halfway through, and I just started moving and passing. I'm like, this is going to be it. This is going to be good.
The most impressive sprint of the day may have come from Chris and Matt McCormick's mom, who found her two sons not too long after they crossed the finish line.
What did your mom say? Because I saw her come over. What was that discussion like?
She was in tears. She just gave me a hug, said, I love you.
Just another beautiful fall day at Tuscarora State Park. The Marian Catholic girls team finished third at the meet, and they had two runners in the top 10. Tina Caparel was second, and her sister Nicole was sixth. It's been a long road back for Tina, who's been battling an iron deficiency since last year, and she missed time this season due to the issue. We talked with her and her coach, Tom Kostick, after the race about her comeback this season.
I knew I was at a disadvantage coming in, and I mean, once I got up that hill, it's like home free, but the heat got to me on like the last part. But I'm happy I was able to get that this year, got second.
Last year, I believe at this particular race, she had a little spell, a fainting spell, and that's when they started to look at it and they discovered it. So I think this race was excellent for her. She came in second. She had a nice time. She was 19. She was in the mid-19s. She got that monkey off her back. I mean, I thought she was a little nervous because of a bad past experience here. So I think today was a big win for her. You know, she got that monkey off her back. She's going down the districts, and I think she's in a great position. She's getting better every day.
I know my levels are getting back up there, but I'm not completely back yet, and I definitely lost a lot when I was out for a while, but I'm feeling a lot better than I was.
Did you learn a lot going through all this year?
I mean, it was definitely the hardest thing that I've ever had to overcome in my career, but I'm just happy it's over and I'm back at it now.
So it's off to districts for our locals, and it's off to the FYI Standard Speaker scoreboard for us. Hazleton area's Mary Everdale grabbed second place at the Wyoming Valley Conference cross-country meet. The Lady Cougars grabbed the AAA Wyoming Valley Conference title. The boys also won the AAA title with Franklin Cunningham as their top finisher. He took sixth place. He was first place in AAA. Meanwhile, Stephanie Mazurk and Lily Nowak made history for a second straight year for the Lady Cougar tennis program. Last year, they won the school's first District 2 title together as doubles, and this year they won the first District 2/4 sub-regional championship. The duo beat a team from Wallenpaupack in the championship, so they qualify now for the state doubles championships. They will play each other for the singles District 2 title on Monday, and the full Lady Cougar team will be playing Holy Redeemer for the overall Wyoming Valley Conference championship. I would suggest you read Anthony Bellino's article in the Standard Speaker to get a handle on all of this. Bottom line, congrats to Stephanie and Lily. Maddie Perchak helped MMI to a win in girls volleyball with 12 kills. Pittston area beat Hazleton area. Hazleton area beat Tunkhannock in field hockey. Jill Bookman had 2 goals. In girls soccer, Tunkhannock blanked Hazleton area, and in boys soccer, North Schuylkill beat Weatherly.
Hey everyone, here's tonight's Social and Talk of the Town reports. A happy 50th anniversary goes out to Mom and Dad, Joe and Roseanne Galbiati. This wish comes with love from Lisa, Chris, Carmen, Joey, and Esther. Happy anniversary. In tonight's Talk of the Town report, come out Saturday night for a great cause. It's Community Services for Sight's 5K Glow Run, Saturday, October 22nd at Eagle Rock Resort. Race day registration opens at 5 p.m. with a 1-mile youth race beginning at 6 p.m. and the 5K Run Walk beginning at 7 p.m. You can also enter to win Light Up sneakers. For more information, call Lori at 570-455-0421. Hope to see you there. That's tonight's Talk of the Town and Social Reports. FYI News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Josephine Sarnowski of New Jersey. A Mass of Christian burial will be held 9 a.m. Friday at Our Lady of Mercy Church in New Jersey, with a burial to be held at Most Precious Blood Church in Hazleton. Mary Ferry of Freeland. A Mass of Christian burial will be held Friday at 9:30 a.m. at the Immaculate Conception Parish at St. Anne's Church. Friends may call Friday from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. The McHugh Wilczek Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. And Beatrice Geis of Shepton. A funeral will be held Friday at 2 p.m. at the St. Joseph's Roman Catholic Church in Shepton. Interment will follow in the parish cemetery. Friends may call Friday at the church from 1 to 2 p.m. The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Attention pay-per-view subscribers. If you see your name now on Channel 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Tonight's winner is David Sluck of Ebervale. David, give us a call. 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Game 5 of the National League Championship Series is tonight. Can Joe Madden and company win and take a series lead back to Wrigley? I don't know, but I do know we'll be back with more FYI tomorrow. See you then. Take it easy, everyone.